Let's be honest, wars are stupid, they're messy, destructive, and usually solve absolutely nothing. You know what else is stupid? The reasons we start them. Like seriously stupid. We're talking dumber than eating expired mayonnaise stupid. History is full of conflicts sparked by the most ridiculous things, stolen buckets, sporting events, even a misplaced ear. But nothing quite tops the sheer absurdity of the War of the Stray Dog. Yes, you heard right, a dog, a stray one at that. Picture this, 1925, a time when Europe was still reeling from the aftermath of the Great War, and the political landscape was as fragile as a house of cards. The setting, the Greek-Bulgarian border, a place where tensions simmered like a pot about to boil over. Tensions were already higher than a giraffe in a limbo contest. Soldiers on both sides were on edge, ready to react at the slightest provocation. Enter our protagonist, a stray dog, blissfully unaware of the geopolitical minefield he's about to detonate. This dog had no idea that his simple actions would soon become the catalyst for chaos. This four-legged diplomat decides to take a leisurely stroll, crossing the border from Bulgaria into Greece. To him, it was just another day, another adventure. No big deal, right? Wrong. This innocent act was about to spark a series of events that no one could have predicted. The Greeks, perhaps mistaking the dog for a Bulgarian secret agent, opened fire. Shots rang out, echoing through the tense borderlands. Now, we don't know if the dog was physically harmed, but its pride was definitely wounded. The poor creature must have been utterly bewildered by the sudden hostility. The Bulgarians, outraged by this act of canine aggression, retaliated. They saw this as an unprovoked attack and were quick to respond. And just like that, we've got ourselves a war. A conflict ignited by a stray dog, proving that sometimes the smallest actions can have the biggest consequences. Things escalate quicker than a squirrel on a double espresso. One moment, it's all peace and quiet, and the next, chaos erupts. Troops are mobilized, shots are fired, and the air is thick with tension. Before you can say bad dog, both sides are locked in a full-blown military standoff, with soldiers entrenched and ready for battle. Now, you'd think someone would have stepped in at this point and said, "Hold on, this is all because of a dog." But no, the absurdity continues. Logic takes a back seat when national pride is at stake. Heated arguments and fervent nationalistic gatherings only fan the flames. The League of Nations, bless their hearts, eventually intervened. Diplomats from various countries gathered, trying to bring some sense to the madness. It took them a week to negotiate a ceasefire, which, frankly, is a week too long to waste on a conflict sparked by a canine border crosser. But in the end, cooler heads prevailed, and peace was restored, albeit temporarily. Section 4, Humans the most irrational animal. Throughout history, humans have demonstrated a remarkable capacity for irrational behavior. The War of the Stray Dog perfectly encapsulates the absurdity of human conflict. A minor incident escalated into a full-blown war, highlighting our tendency to overreact. Here we are, the so-called most intelligent species on the planet, starting wars over a misplaced hat or a stray dog. We argue and fight over the most trivial matters, letting our emotions get the best of us. We let our emotions, our pride, and our often misguided sense of patriotism cloud our judgment. National pride can be a powerful force, but it often leads us down a path of conflict and misunderstanding. We're quick to demonize the other, even if the other is just a confused canine looking for a good scratch behind the ears. This tendency to create enemies out of innocuous beings is a testament to our irrationality. It's enough to make you wonder, are we really so different from animals, or do we just have more complex ways of expressing our primal instincts, or are we just better at inventing excuses to fight each other? Our history is filled with examples of conflicts that could have been avoided with a bit of rational thinking and empathy. Section 5. The Legacy of a Stray Dog. Thankfully, the War of the Stray Dog was short-lived, lasting only about a week. It resulted in a handful of casualties and a whole lot of embarrassment for everyone involved, but it serves as a potent reminder of how easily conflicts can spiral out of control, especially when we let our emotions, rather than logic, dictate our actions. The stray dog, meanwhile, remained unidentified and unclaimed. Perhaps it wandered off to start another war somewhere else, or maybe, just maybe, it learned a valuable lesson about the importance of respecting international borders. Section 6. Lessons learned, don't hold your breath. So, what can we learn from this bizarre tale? Well, for starters, maybe we should all take a deep breath and count to 10 before declaring war on our neighbors. And maybe, just maybe, we should stop letting stray dogs dictate our foreign policy. Just a thought. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go hug my dog. He may not be a diplomat, but at least he hasn't started any international incidents yet.